Y'all, broke men are gold diggers to women too. But y'all not really ready for that conversation, but we gonna have it anyway. Bro, do y'all know how many guys I've dealt with who, one, never pay for anything, but two, just don't contribute anything? Like, when I tell y'all, the saying is true. Like, you can ask a dude for nothing and they won't have it. There's so many people who I've like always paid for every single thing, and they have the audacity to just ask me for things that they want. And it's like, and it usually it's the men who say that women are gold diggers who are the ones doing this. And granted, typically when people see how I live or the jobs that I work at my age, they think that I make a lot of money, or they be calling me like big money and stuff like that. One, that's not cute. Don't ever call a woman big money. That shows how you will never contribute anything. But anyways, I have a few story times I want to share with y'all about how when I was young, I was dumb. But now that I'm older, I realize it's just men being gold diggers. All right, so let's start when I was young and dumb. All right. So if you know who I am, you know my name is Nicole Antics, and I'm a YouTuber, and I typically talk about how terrible my life is, right? And I want to, like, it's going to make sense for those of y'all who are my subscribers and who know me, because y'all are going to recognize from some of the videos I'm talking about who I'm talking about. So I was dating this dude in college, right? And this is when I first got on YouTube for real, and I took it seriously. And then during COVID, my videos started doing pretty well. Like, I actually started making money from YouTube. And mind y'all, this is a guy who really, like, he didn't want to be on camera because he was insecure with the way he looked, how he sounded, and all that good, right? But I was dating him, so I wanted him to be on my YouTube channel, you know? So I wanted him to, like, interact with, like, people, my subscribers at the time, because I had a cute little fan base, you know, the Antics Army or whatever. And he would always give me shit for trying to make him be on my channel or ask him to be on the channel. But long story short, I basically remember I convinced him to be on my YouTube channel, right? And we did like a Q&A. That Q&A is not up there anymore. But basically, we did the Q&A, and I was like, I can't post this video because you're not being yourself. Like, this isn't you. This is not how you usually act. And he said something along the lines of, oh, that's why I don't do that YouTube shit, da-da-da-da-da. Like, he was really talking hot out his mouth. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and at the time, YouTube was something that I want to take serious, or I wanted to take serious, and I still do, but like at the time I really wanted to be like a big YouTuber. Like, I wanted to be like, I think I wanted to be like a makeup artist, but then I got into story times and all that stuff. But I wanted to be big. I wanted to be like Aaliyah J. Like, I wanted to be like the Justin Martin.
So I'm gonna stop her right there, right? So I don't know where this is going in terms of the Pookieisms or the fact that he's broke, but you are trying to force the dude to do something that he doesn't want to do. He's already said that he's not comfortable doing that, getting on camera. I'm self-conscious. Imagine you saying this to a woman. I know he's a man, but some men don't want to be in the public eye. It doesn't make you feminine because you say that's just not what he wants to do. But you were forcing him to do it, and he basically ended up being somebody that he's not on there. And then you get mad at him about that. So obviously you're going to make it his fault, is what it sounds like. But let's finish out the clip. Let's go.
The Kim Johansons, the Bugatti B's, all of them, right? Like, I wanted to be on their level at the time because those were the OG YouTubers to me. So I remember I was just like, oh, I can't post this. And he said that. So fast forward like a year or so during COVID, I think I posted like a roommate story time because mad people thought it was mad funny. And he saw that it got really big. I think it got like 80K views. And then that's what put me over like the YouTube threshold to make money. And then pretty much at the time, he was like very controlling. So he could see the mail that I was coming in. Back then, YouTube would send you like your YouTube monetization like form. And it would give you all the info to put in like your direct deposit so that you could get paid, right? So he figured out that I was getting paid. And then we get in the car and he's like, yeah, so now we could start making content and you could give me like these nice gifts and stuff. I'm sorry, what? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you oh, you must be loco. Long story short, after that, again, I was young and dumb. I still stayed with him for a while. And because I was trying to prove so hard that I was a good person, which now I know I don't have to do that. But back then, I was trying to prove so much that I was a good person. I still bought him things. So while he didn't really like do nothing for me, like for me, when I was younger, I didn't ask for gifts. I just asked for you to be a good person. Bitch, he couldn't even do that. So that was that. But pretty much from that relationship, I basically learned, like, men will ask you for stuff. Men will definitely take money from you, because I gave him a lot of money too. I think I spent about like $7,000 on this dude in total, because I was looking at the Cash App like summary, and I was like, I know I definitely spent more than 7 bands on you, but we don't even have to go there. I'm just saying, like, men will definitely take money from you. They will take gifts from you. They will take everything from you with nothing in return, even if that means just being a good person. They won't do it.
Well, she has a part 2 here that I'm going to get into after I give my thoughts on this. But this is a classic case of women just choosing these type of men that they feel like they need to impress. They feel like they need to provide for. They feel like they need to take care of. And that's the one thing that basically is what they feel will keep a man around, is by buying him nice stuff, giving him money and all these things like that. Doesn't make him a gold digger. It probably makes him a Pookie, or probably makes him know that you have low self-esteem. And as a college student, you're giving out $7,000 to a man. That says a lot. But baby, it's plenty women just like you. Like I said, most of my clients when I was in the finance industry were women, and they were taking care of dudes. They're 99% black women. They were taking care of men. So you're not alone in this. Well, let's get into part 2. Let's go.
I'm gonna do a part 2 because I just have way too many stories about how many times men have used me for money and the stuff that I have, because it's just insane. Like, it's just insane. I always come across the people who want to use me. So anyways, let me just get straight into it. So let's fast forward to like July of 2023. I meet this dude, right? He's super cool. I thought he was on the same wavelength as me when it comes to financials, but obviously with what I'm about to tell you, I was dead wrong. Like, it's not even funny. So I started talking to him and stuff like that. It's getting to a point where, like, it's clear that we like each other, but it isn't clear what we're doing yet. And honestly, there was so many fucking red flags that I should have saw way back when, but I didn't. Anyways, it got to a point where he would come over to my house and I would ask him, like, oh, did you eat? And he would be like, no. Later on, I found out he really did be eating before he came to my house, but he just wanted me to buy the food. So anytime I would be like, did you eat? He would be like, no, like, I didn't have time. I'm so hungry. Mind y'all, this dude lived a good, 30-45 minutes away from me. So in order to get to my house, you telling me you couldn't stop and get some food before you got here? Like, and this is how I know he was using me for food, right? But that's not all he used me for. We're gonna really get into all this shit right the fuck now. So when I had met him in July, his birthday was coming up. I think the next month or the month after, something like that. So at the time, again, I really, really like this dude. So I'm like, a first impression is always going to be a good impression. So I wanted to get him a nice gift, because in my brain, my Delulu brain, I'm like, this is going to be my husband in like 5 years, and we're going to do this, and we're going to be like so cute and da 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 da. So like, let me do my big one. And I did just that. I took my ass to the Gucci store and I got him a nice gift. Y'all, when I gave him the gift, do y'all know what he said? Do you know what he said? I probably won't wear it. I'm gonna eat that one, because I took it upon myself to go get the gift. I'm gonna eat that. Obviously, he didn't like the gift, and I wasn't even mad at it, because granted, I didn't take him to go choose out a gift. I just picked it myself and was like, hopefully he likes it. But, and it's so funny because later on, he actually started wearing the gift. Anyways, so fast forward like a month or two, right? He ends up telling me how much he likes the gift. And then he goes, oh, I lost my clothes during a flood, da 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 da. So feel free to just buy me any clothes you think would look good on me. I'm sorry.
You got him something from Gucci. He said, I'm probably not going to wear it. And you're doing these things. There's nothing wrong with buying people gifts. If you really like them, if you're really into them. All I'm going to say is, don't have anyone, or don't let anyone make you stop being a good person or a giving person. But at the end of the day, don't be foolish. They have to earn it. And I'm assuming you didn't explain whether he earned it or not, but how you starting this story off, he was this, he was that, he was using you for food. What's wrong with saying, I would want to eat again? What's wrong with you saying buying food? Why don't you cook food? Did he say, no, you need to order food? You could have cooked something for the dude. He probably just like eating with you, like sharing that experience with you. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, how do you know he ate anyway before he came there? He's using you for food? Since when? Like, is he just getting up and leaving once he eats? Like, how is he using you for food? Any person who comes to my house, I'm a good cook. I love to cook. I'm going to feed you. That's just how it goes. If we're not going out, I'm going to feed you at the crib. And I'm not going to be like, oh, they use me for my salmon, for my steaks, for my ribeyes, for my chicken. Anyway, let's get back to it, man.
And I'm not gonna hold y'all. I wouldn't have been mad at him saying that if by this time I didn't already figure it out that he was probably using me, and two, just treating me bad. And on top of that, here's the kicker, y'all. This man put my life in jeopardy twice. I won't say what he did because that's gonna be OD. But pretty much, like, I could have lost my life with what he did twice. And I didn't even know because he was doing it behind my back. I couldn't figure out for the life of me why he kept asking for stuff or just suggesting I get him stuff, because he worked at a luxury like store. He had a extremely nice car, even though it was a 2010 car. It still looked nice. Like, to anyone who doesn't know cars, you would think that that's a brand new, very nice car, even though it was old. So I'm just like, you smoke like 5 times a day. You have this car, which I'm sure you didn't pay for up front. Is all the money you're getting go into a car? Because you have not spent a dime on me. And I remember on one time, I was ordering food for like the 1,000th time that I was only paying for like $70 worth of Chinese food. And I thought he was going to cash at me because he was like, oh, I have to transfer money. And I was like, oh yeah, you could just cash at me. I had no idea he was not talking to me. Y'all, you know what he said? And this is embarrassing. You know what he said? And he said it just like this too. He was like, I'm not cash apping you. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you finally came to your senses that I've been paying this much money. Y'all, I had to eat that one too, because at that time, I think I had seen him like 4 or 5 times by now. And I was just like, it's me. Like, I shouldn't have even asked him if he ate. We wouldn't be in this situation to be buying him $70 Chinese food if I didn't ask him if he ate or not. Which is so funny because at the end of the relationship, literally the last day I seen him, I asked him, did he eat? But I wasn't buying him no food. So I was like, oh, did you eat? And he was like, no, I'm hungry. I'm like, like, yeah, I was not playing with his ass. I was like, oh yeah. I think we both knew at the time, like, this is done. Like, you really did your big one. You really showed your ass in this. Whatever we had going on, yeah, it's donezo. But that's just to say the least. Like, y'all, I done bought this man anything, and all I asked for in return was for him to be a good person, and he couldn't even do that. Couldn't even do that. It's true. Like I said in the last video, when you ask somebody for nothing, they still won't have it. Anyways. So I say all of this to say that men are always complaining about how women just take from them and all they want is money and all they want is like designer bags and gifts and they just want all your time and attention. And they fail to realize that there's men just like them doing the exact same things. It may not be them specifically, but your brothers, your fellow brothers, yeah, they're doing that to women too. The only difference is us women, we don't complain about it. We're not outing them for it. Well, I am now because, bitch, it's a topic of conversation. But we don't go around saying men are gold diggers, even though that we know that y'all really are as well. And it doesn't even have to go as far as materialistic stuff. Like, men are gold diggers when it comes to the mind as well. They will suck all the energy out of you and give you nothing in return. And again, they won't even be a good person to you. They won't even have manners. They won't even have home training. They will suck the energy out of you and they will gold dig everything you have in your mind, all your education, all your knowledge, all your love, all your care. They will take it all and leave you with nothing. Let that.
Hey, folks, it sounds like you were exactly right. It is you. You keep choosing the same type of guy, and it's a self-esteem issue. You feel me? It's definitely a self-esteem issue. He did his big one. He did this. I'm paying $70 worth of food. He's just taking it. People will do whatever you allow them to do, baby. And a lot of you ladies, I mean, it's the same type of guys. And of course, y'all not going out outing dudes until y'all break up. You get on the phone with your girlfriend. I bought him this. I bought him that. I gave him my tax return. I'm always buying the food. Da, 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 da. And your homegirl giving you the pep talk. And then you still turn around and give him money. So you just used to dealing with, which most women do, end up dealing with dudes. I always say when it comes to dating black women a lot of times or dealing with black women a lot of times, it's 2 extremes that they deal with. Either he has to be super rich or he's super broke. And it's usually in between an average dude. She's just like, And even for the average looking women, it's just like, You just want something to the extreme where you either take care of him or you want to use him. And it's just unfortunate, baby. But a lot of this stuff, it sounds like you already knew the type of person he was. If a person just talked to you that candid, and just saying, I'm not cash apping you and just having you paying for all the food. He's like, well, I got a sucker right here, obviously. But just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about these videos. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. Listen, it's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. Let's run it up to 200,000. Quit playing with me. Peace.